Good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll be starting in a few minutes, as you can see by the timer. Today I just want to tell you about some exciting stuff that's happening with the Brothers of Legacy. We have opened up a membership program, and if you click the link that's right at the bottom, boom, you can be a part of that. We got a lot of background stuff we want to share with you guys, a lot of projects that we got going on. Just the full direction of the Brothers of Legacy, and we want you to be a part of that. So we have opened up a membership. We have different levels, and it gives you an opportunity to invest in Brothers of Legacy, while at the same time learning about what we are learning to do as well. So you can really be a part of this journey. So within that, you'll be part of our Facebook group. You'll get some apparel. You'll have an opportunity to be on screen with us during Freestyle Fridays. It is a plethora of things that are possible just being a part of this membership, and it's growing. So as we grow, you get to grow with us. So before we get started, before we join, make sure you go to that link, hit the link, and within that minute, sign up, be a part. And of course, we're going to give you a shout out for everyone that joins, and be a part of this growth, because it is important that you guys are part of this journey. It's not just about us. It's about you going in the direction that God has set us to go in. So again, hit that link, be a part, and we appreciate you. We are coming into our next season. This is season 2. We have come out of the breaks, and we are now ready to enjoy another all of the stuff that's happening around the world, politically, in our communities and things of that nature. So these conversations are going to be taken up a notch. So be a part of that. So we appreciate you as well. All right, let's get into it. Let's enjoy the show. That's it. So we'll see you on the inside. Take care. Nope, not there. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? This is a walker. Okay, sorry about that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Whew. It's a family affair. All right, blessings, Lisa. Blessings, Lisa. Cheryl, good morning, sports car lady. Good morning, Cher. Thank you for sharing. Good morning. Sorry about your loss. Meant to text you. I'm not sure what your week is looking like. Holla at me. Deborah, good morning, Cheryl. Mama Corey in the building. Great morning to you. What's up, Anna? It's a family affair. Thank you, my friend. It looks like the first time I've seen you here. Thank you for coming in. If you like what you hear, make sure you're following, as well as inviting your followers. And as you know, this is the Brothers of Legacy. So I'm not the only brother. I'm waiting for my other brother. He looks like he's preparing to come on. I think he's ready. Looks like it. So today we're talking about networking and connecting and all of that great stuff. Hold on one moment. Yeah, so we're talking about building and networking. What it means, techniques to use, especially on social media. It is very important as far as your business, as far as just expanding the people that you're around. It's important. Excuse me, I'm just trying to move the mic a little closer. And my podcast people, I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking and listening and supporting. My numbers are steadily growing. Our numbers are steadily growing up in the podcast space. Excuse me. So that's what's going on. So let me bring Mr. Terry in the building. Great morning to you, sir.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on with y'all?
Okay, let's turn it up just a tad. All right. So I appreciate you guys rocking and hanging. So listen, this is your opportunity to share. Sharing is caring. We're going to have an amazing conversation about building and networking, tips, tricks, and things we've experienced, and all of that and then some. So this is your chance, like I said, to share. Make sure you tag somebody, tag someone else, especially on Facebook, that may want to be a part of this conversation, contribute to this conversation, or need to hear this conversation. All right.
Hey, if y'all hear me sniffling, I'm overcoming a cold.
Ain't got no time for that. All right, Mr. Goodson is handling some business. Blessing, so he will be in the audience today. Pastor is on the way. So, without further ado, we're gonna kick this thing off, and we'll be right back. I didn't want to catch that. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Good morning, everybody. All right. Let's get into it.
Yeah, bro.
What's up?
I said, what's
Oh, Miss Deborah. All right, let's see.
Hey, what's going on, Sports College? I miss y'all. What's up, Romy? Hey, talk to him in a minute.
In a minute.
He got mad at him.
He said he got mad.
Yeah. What's up, Ephraim? Who else I got in here? I got Mama Recording in here. Amana Lana. Is this your first time? Say hey, what's up?
Right. Let's see. Boom. All right. Do that. All right. Let's see. Happy Tuesday. Yes, happy Tuesday to you guys. So, this conversation is basically inspired by recently messing around with a new app. Well, it's kind of old, newish. with the help of my brother Terry. It's called you got to get an invite. Taco Tuesday. I wish I could go for a good taco right now. It's called Clubhouse. It's if you've never heard of it, it's another social media app. The difference is it's all voice. Good morning, Uganda the realtor. All right. Good morning. First time. Welcome to Brothers of Legacy. If you like what you hear, it looks like you're on Periscope. Make sure you follow as well as share to your followers.
So glad for you to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So glad for you to be here. Okay.
So appreciate you. So today we're just talking about okay, how you gonna just all right, E? That's how you gonna just jump in with the questions?
Ephraim.
So E asks, would you say networking and politicking are synonymous? In a sense, because I feel like, if when you're using the word politicking, you are like, one could be politics of trying to get someone on your side, to vote or to side with you. And then, of course, networking is generally, the idea of networking is to build something together, or even a sharing or exchanging of services. Like if I'm a lawyer and you're an accountant, obviously I might need a lawyer and you might need an accountant. So, exchanging of services, or even if you're in a particular space where, oh man, you're an accountant. I know somebody that's been looking for a good accountant, so that's, I think networking, politicking, I think is just an agreeing of agendas and ideas. Go ahead. What you think?
You're saying they're parallel, but not.
Yeah. He said, were they synonymous? Are they the same? Are they the same?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you think they're the same?
Yeah. I mean, even when you get to know someone,
right?
Or you trying to network with somebody, it's politicking. When you're in Clubhouse, they're networking, but they're also politicking about whatever. So yeah, that's what you're saying.
Oh, awesome! You're around the corner. I'm telling
all y'all Georgia folks, man. I'm telling you,
Dwayne said, "I thought politicking was that what New Yorkers do when they talk." Really?
He did. He didn't say that.
Come on, son. I mean, I like I said, I think it's our business cards dead. Are they still ineffective? Are they still effective in the digital age?
I
I
would
think.
I
Go
would
ahead.
answer that. I would
Go
answer
ahead.
that because with my job, I have business cards,
Right.
physical business cards, and I don't think they're dead. They're phasing out, but I don't think they're dead. I think because my cards have brought me a lot of business in my job. So I don't think. I guess it's a demographic thing too. Because out here where I'm at,
Right.
um, they don't use a lot of tech. So
Really?
I mean, they use it, but it's not like
No, I got you.
not like the big cities. So we still use business cards. I mean,
Right.
I have tried to install, bring tech into the business where I am, like doing Zoom meetings. I actually do FaceTimes with my customers
Right.
with the cashier when they want to do a down payment. They can't. I mean, stuff like that. But I don't think business cards are dead. They're phasing. I don't think they're dead yet because I got a lot of business off my business cards.
Okay. I mean, and for me, I don't feel like they are totally dead because what they do allow is the quick exchange of information. Um, I mean, I know like some apps, I think even maybe, and even I think some apps allow you like digital business cards, like on your phone, you
Yeah,
can scan it and it'll send you to the site or whatever.
yeah.
Um, but I think the physical business card, I won't say yet because it's not really been replaced yet, because the quickest mean Terry can exchange information is, yo, my phone number is blah, 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 blah. Text me, text me, text me,
Yeah, yeah. Usually the compact, the
But
compact.
but if it's quick, I got to go. You got a business card, boom, here, here. All right, we'll talk later. Um, what's up, Pastor? Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, man. How you doing?
Dwayne said business cards are dead until you need one. Right. He said the social media networking. Wait, is social media networking are socialized? What do you mean? Is social media networking socialized?
Yeah.
If anybody
Break that
kind of
down.
gets the question.
Break it down to the business. Break it down to the business. I don't know that.
Good morning, V. Good morning, V.
Morning,
Oh,
V.
is that? Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. I'm gonna try to freestyle on what I think you might be saying, but I'm guessing you're asking, is it more socialized or is it real networking? So I'm gonna throw that out. What do you feel like social media is more social or more is it
This
really?
social media networking. I don't know what that.
I know, but so I'm gonna ask. I mean, like, oh well, let
And
me ask
all I
you.
didn't get understanding is
Okay,
social media networking.
or
Is
is just
social media networking,
socialized?
or is it just
Gotcha.
social? Oh, is social media networking, or is
Or
it just socializing? I think it's both.
yeah,
For some,
most
it's networking. For others, it's just
right,
socializing.
right,
Absolutely, I think it's both.
right. I get
When is
I get a lot of.
networking detrimental?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tackle the first one with the social media. I get a lot of friend requests from people that do Bitcoin and what's that other one? Uh,
Forex.
Forex.
Yeah.
Oh, and I make a mistake in accepting the friend request, and they hop right in my inbox like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? All is well."
Are you
And then
ready
they
for
then they
return?
do with this long thing with a link like, "Hey, let me tell you what I do. I do this and that. And I make millions, and I can make you millions, and sign up right now." So oh yeah, Forex.
They get
Oh,
they get in your inbox. And are
straight,
you
straight,
just
straight away, straight
okay?
away. But then I found that it's a lot of fake accounts too. I'm looking like that's all.
Terry's low again. Terry, your volume is low.
Because I'm like trying to talk, and you guys are not even
There
listening
you
to me.
are.
Y'all not hearing me?
Yeah,
There
because
you
you.
are.
Okay.
you
Okay. So the Forex folks, I had one jump in my inbox the other day. Man, I could take this and turn it and flip it, and I'm like, no, So they remind me of the folks on Friday when Friday first opens up, and they're like, are you ready for Jehovah's return? Because if you not, I got
oh, I got you. I got you.
talk like a man. All right, Dwayne, don't make me come over.
Oh, so when is networking detrimental? I mean, I guess if you're connecting with the wrong people,
Yeah, definitely.
or you get associated. I think that's worse. Connecting is one, but associated with the wrong person, like, hey, weren't you with? Nah, man. he just
Or
gave
I
me
mean, it could also be, there are. I liken this to people who are always in school, professional students.
Right.
Some folks are busy networking that they're no longer productive because they're always out and networking.
Right.
And that becomes your thing, just getting to know people.
Yeah.
And it's an addiction.
Right. Right. Wow. That's deep.
It's called narcissism.
Well, he said, what tip would you suggest to help me focus my networking so it's not so random?
Well, it's
My last question.
I think you have to think about what your target, what are you trying to get accomplished?
Right.
You know,
That was my question too.
in a lot of cases, you have to consider how diverse do you want your ecosystem to be.
Right.
If you're in a sales-driven environment and you sell a service, I think it makes sense to know everyone out there that's in your market, but also know what bridges you have to other markets that help reinforce your market. In other words, as a salesperson, I used to tell people, I may not have the answer, but I can get it.
Right.
So in that sense, you're only as strong as your ecosystem.
Right.
Which is why LinkedIn is so popular.
Right. 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 Because you know experts in other areas. That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. So just going to the right events because because some networking is just networkers trying to sell everybody else their stuff.
Right.
And unless you're in the position that you just want to buy stuff, then you're in the wrong place.
Wouldn't it be a thing of even when you're networking, let's make it purposeful, like know what you're. I think Pastor Brian just alluded to it as far as know exactly what you want to do, and so that way when you're going and trying to network with certain people, that you want them people to be in the same lane as you,
right?
At least in the same stadium as you.
Right.
So purpose, do everything in purpose.
Right. I mean, I believe it's about connect. If you go on the network, I think connecting with others. Of course, if you're trying to make a sale, sell a product, and or to collaborate as well, because you don't know who you might run into that you can build something greater with. It's learning who you're connecting with. Edward Lynn. Let's see, Dwayne says Little Wayne 45, Cube 45, 50, 45.
It's 45.
That's true. So most people forget the working part, the 5 P's of business: prospecting, presentation, pricing, and I guess pay.
You did pricing twice. So it's actually 4. And pay.
And pay.
I agree with that because in my line of work, we have to go out and prospect whether it be phone calls or just going out into the community and passing out cards and whatever.
Right.
And presentation is big because if your presentation sucks, you're gonna lose people. Excuse me. Because with the presentation, like if I show Pastor Brian a 2021 Chevy Tahoe, he might not want it, but I'm just saying if I show it to him, I have a pretty good swag about myself that I can sell it on presentation.
Right.
Not know a thing about it, but sell on presentation. I've done that. So presentation is absolutely real. Pricing of the vehicle, pricing of what I'm selling has to match. If I sell you a 2021 Chevy Tahoe High Country, the sticker price on that bad boy is $78,500. I'm going to show you why it's $78,500 and why it's worth $78,500. Do that. Yeah. So yeah, all that.
Right. Yeah, we have to know who we're dealing with. We have to know our customer base.
It's playing in my ear, so I don't know why y'all can't hear. Maybe just pause for a sec.
What's up?
Just pause for a sec. You can't hear that?
Can anybody hear whatever he's saying? Can we hear? Can't hear nothing. No. I hear a little bit, yeah. But keep it low.
I want to be overwhelming. It's this background.
And you guys let me know if the music is too much. So so we got to know who we're dealing with, what's our prospective customer, and what value do we offer? What value you offering the people that you're around and who you're networking with? Because sometimes, like when Ephraim asked about networking randomly, he said, "Terry, that board is fire."
Thank you.
Networking randomly. You don't want to be in places, like I said, around people that are not interested in buying they're more interested in selling, but we have to have an open mind to, have the collaboration conversation. He said, I hear you fine. You just have a deep voice.
Who?
Not me.
My voice is... The only reason why it's deep is I'm in my mic like this.
Right.
The only reason why. If I back up, I'm like,
right. Oh, so real quick, speaking of networking, tonight at 7 p.m. is Solomon's Temple Christian Ministries online Bible study. So you don't want to miss that.
Well, that segue was something. I like those.
You like that? You like that? I'm trying to get my game up. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Uno momento. Where did I put it? I should have had that ready. I didn't have that ready. Let's see. And I got a off-topic question, and we'll be right back.
I still haven't figured out why that particular promo puts me all in my feelings. I don't know why. I watch that promo time. I don't know how many times it does, and it puts me personally. I don't know nobody else, but me. It puts me directly in my feels. I don't know why. They'll pray for me.
Boom. We had time to type. Look at that. Folks should develop a social media relationship with people before hopping into inboxes. If you're already advertising on your page, they'll see and contact you if they're interested. People also tag you on posts, right? Because I've done that. People post if someone is looking for particular services, definitely. I think D said it sounds like the
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
What did I want? So let me ask you guys. When it comes, the old adage is it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that still is more true than not? Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is who you know.
Yeah.
When is it not who you know?
Right.
In some circles, man, that's kind of the way of it. That's like the Mandalorian, man. That's the way for some folks, and you could be the most. Okay, I'll give you an example real quick. My where I work, I have a guy that's been in this game who's been in the car salesman game for 33 years, knows everything, ins and outs, all of it.
Right.
But there is the finance manager, her son, who is 19 years old.
Right.
He's still in school, right? But he is taking the dealership by storm and selling every car in the land, right? And so now the owner and the manager is looking like, what's going on down here? Because even though he has my man has all the knowledge, because he is in the favor, the young man, knows his mama. His mama's a finance manager.
Okay.
Right? So he don't sell nothing. He be at school all day. So she sets all of his appointments, sets up all of his car sales, all that. So all you gotta do is open the door.
Wow.
And knock him down. She sets him up it's like bowling. Sets him up, he knocks him down. Right? Wow. And so everybody else in the dealership struggles because then this young man gets to
killing the game without killing the game.
So it's not what you know, it's who you know in that particular case.
But is that helpful? Like
to
who's setting up the appointments? Who's setting up
the finance
manager?
The finance manager. That's who does. If you get a deal, That's who it goes to. She's the one to go to the bank and get a deal for you, right?
So the finance manager is setting up opportunities for a salesperson.
Her son, not just a salesperson. Her son. She did it for her husband, but her husband has backed away from the game a little bit. So they hired her son. So he coming in. Last month he sold 15 cars. Ain't never sold a car a day in his life. He sold 15 cars his first month.
Wow. Well, I think the advantage is obviously the finance manager,
of course,
who's qualified.
So it's not what you know; it's who you know.
It's a higher closing rate with the finance manager because he already knows.
He's undefeated, bro.
Undefeated. He's undefeated. Never had a fight.
The dad, the mom, she runs finance. She's been doing finance for 30 years. Right. So, she just says so much. She has people in relationships everywhere. So she just, hey, and she just set them up because she can't technically sell the customer. She has to get. That's why she has her husband or her son work there too, because she can't technically sell them. But she just get, and he walks in the door and got 3 sales.
Wow.
I'm like, please, you adopt me. That's what I'm thinking.
You said it's reputation. Then what do people know you for? Now, but like in that situation, it's because he's connected. You know, it wasn't even that he was skilled. He's just connected. Do you feel like, let's see, there will always be weight when you surely drop a name? Jesus, right? He said, I like when Pastor Tilt says, you can see his brain thinking.
His brain will be working, he's smoking.
He's got a better mouthpiece. That's what I heard, right? And defeated, never had a fight. Exactly.
Never had a fight. Undefeated, never had a fight. Exactly
never
right.
Had a fight.
Exactly.
How? Okay. I mean, sometimes do you feel like, I guess in some instances it's fair, or
not fair.
Favor is never fair.
It's never.
The man has favor, and you can't hate him because his mother is in position. I think that there's something wrong in the system of the organization that would allow something like that to take place. That's the problem. Right. As long as you can do that, you can't be mad.
My mantra is this: this is something that I live, that I've seen in my line of work, is that the rules are the rules until they're not. So, and we have a set of rules as salespeople in that dealership. We all have rules. We have to put out keys in the morning. We have to get them up at night when we close the dealership up. But if one of us sits down while another coworker is out there closing up the dealership, we get in trouble, right? They want to look at us crazy and talk to us, But certain people, this young man, don't get to do any of that. He ain't got to do it. He ain't got to do keys. He ain't got to do nothing. So it is just, it's unfair when you ask the question of being fair. It's not. Never have been, never will be fair in that case, because it's, it's like we're busting our butt, but still, this young man, I mean, you talk about silver spoon, you talk about silver spoons and platters.
Right.
They throwing dude baseball. They got a guy he's new to about 3-4 months. I mean, he sold at High Country last night. He don't even know how to get into the OnStar. I mean, so it's like we're over here struggling, but they're handing people, and it's really annoying. It really is. I'll tell you. I don't
know why you mad.
Well, to me,
why you mad.
Go ahead, Pastor.
You sound mad.
I am mad about it a little bit.
Sorry. You can't hate on the game, man.
You gotta hate the player. Go hate the game.
But the question is, when you see things like that happening, the question is, what can I do? Because I can't. I've learned from Psalms 37.
Right.
To fret not.
Right. Right.
So my objective is, what can I do to improve my disposition, my stance within the organization? Because if you have to, I don't know where Terry went. I was talking to him because
he mad. He left. He gone.
No. Yeah. When you find yourself watching others.
Right. Ooh.
The question is, who's watching your stuff?
Right.
You know, you miss out by watching other people's success. I'll never be successful watching other people's success.
Right.
You know, I've got to make something happen myself. And so my question would be, especially when it comes to things like auto sales, you know, there are so many avenues to increase your numbers. You know, what I've learned is, and I know that Terry doesn't do this, but I'm saying with a lot of people in sales that I've seen, I've been in a sales driven environment. I'm an engineer, but I support salespeople all day.
Right.
I know who's going to be successful because they're only in the office when they're closing deals. Right? Because they're always out working,
right,
stirring up stuff. You know, and so when it comes to auto sales, you know, you can't wait at the dealership for people to come in. Right. That's where your ecosystem is critical. You know, you got to be checking, you know, who's inquiring about these vehicles, who's, you know, who's looking for cars. I mean, you got to be everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you have to, and that's when it really doesn't matter how many people you know. The more people you know, the more opportunity there will be for you, so that when people hear your name, they associate your name not only with getting a vehicle, they associate your name with meeting a need.
Right.
You know, my wife is in real estate and she does not sell houses.
Right.
She provides an experience.
Right.
She doesn't sell houses. She brings people home.
Right.
You know,
that's what she changed. My motivation to my next job is going to be behind first lady, because she doesn't, like you just said, she doesn't sell houses. She sells an experience. Me, when I go in my next position, I'm going to be selling the experience, not selling the Tahoe.
You're not even selling the experience; you're providing an experience.
I'm giving it to her.
When people, there's nothing to sell when there's a rich experience.
That's right.
You know, the Bible says, "Buy the truth and sell it not."
Right.
Yeah.
So what the point I'm trying to make is, what did Maya Angelou say? Right, exactly. People will never remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's the difference maker. The power of influence is the experience that you extend to people, and then they'll always connect you with a feeling. And if they want that feeling, they'll come looking for you. Even if you don't have what they need, they feel like you're the go-to person.
Right.
That's what it is. People come to me, and you know, I tell people I'm in IT, and they want me to come fix their computer. I can't fix your computer. I don't know the first thing about fixing your computer. It's just the truth, because I'm an infrastructure person, but I speak with a level of confidence where people just want me engaged in whatever it is that they're doing.
Right.
And so now I become a broker of sorts.
Right.
I found out that real estate brokers make more money than real estate agents.
Yes, indeed.
Right. Indeed. So that's what an ecosystem is all about. It's all about making those connections. You know, I say you always want to be the intersection.
Right. That's where it's at. That is where it's at.
Always be the intersection.
What's up, Dwayne?
What's up, D?
What's good?
V said that's true, because constantly watching other people can shift your focus from what you need to do. Right. Cheryl says, morning blessings. Amen. Experience is money. Yes. There's nothing to sell when there's rich experience. Ooh.
You know what? You know what, Pastor? When you said that, I remember you said that a couple of months ago. It's been a while when you first said it to me. And so I didn't really get it, right, until I sold a vehicle. Right, but I was in the process of selling, and so she was so enthralled with what I was saying and doing, and so what I did, we got her this particular vehicle, we put it on the showroom floor, I put balloons on it. I mean, I had confetti, the whole 9 yards. Right, so she comes in, just signed her paperwork, and she saw, you know, I had a red carpet rolled out, you know, I had the whole thing, and she was like, "Oh my God, I've never bought a car like this before."
Right.
This is the first time I bought a car. Somebody put a bow. I'm like, who does that? You know, never mind. She paid $85,000 for this Suburban. It don't matter, man. It was just the fact that she said, "I've never had an experience like this before.
Right. You know, it's crazy. But me and Sam were talking about like they got Carvana, all those online buying your car.
Yeah.
I said no. I want to go down to a dealership. I want to be wooed. I want to be treated nice.
Right.
When I'm paying this kind of money, then online, no, I don't want no online experience. I want someone in my face happy to see me. Like, your car, sir. We washed it, cleaned it.
Right.
I want an experience.
That's funny. I'm the opposite. I used to want that. I think I've gotten too old. Now I do all my research. When I get to the I already know what I want.
Right.
So don't try to sell me. Just like this. Here it is, right there. Let's work the deal. Make me feel good about the deal. Don't make me feel good. Right. I already know about the vehicle.
There we go. Okay. Let's see. Referral business. Cole said, I agree. You have to get our hands dirty. It is true when people say that you can suffer from analysis paralysis.
What? Yeah.
Oh, she asked, what's analysis paralysis? Who wants to just tackle that one? Because
analysis paralysis is when you spend more time trying to figure out how it's done and less time actually doing it.
Yes, and that is true in so many areas. I mean,
in a nutshell, that's it in a nutshell. And then back to referrals from Cheryl.
Yes,
Jeffrey Gidemer. Anybody to look up Jeffrey Gidemer. Jeffrey Gidemer is the kingpin of sales. Jeffrey Gidemer wrote a book called The Little Red Book of Selling some years ago, probably 25 years ago. He wrote this book. And Jeffrey Gidemer was this master salesman, but he became an enrichment speaker. Actually, we used to call him a motivational speaker. And whenever he would present, he would have on the uniform, like the Maytag man. Remember the Maytag man commercials where he's got the uniform on with the little tag on it with his name tag on it?
Yeah.
Right. And people would often ask him, why do you have that uniform on when you're a sales guy? He said, because I'm constantly working. So to getting your hands dirty, I don't know who put that in there. His point was, you could be standing where I'm standing. The problem is while you were watching TV, I was reading the newspaper.
Right.
While you were sleeping, I was reading, I was writing. And what he was basically saying is, this is not about, the whole Glenn Ross boiler room stuff, all ABC, always be closing. No.
Right.
When you're always working, you're always building. When you're always building, people are going to come to see what you built.
Right.
So you have to constantly be working on your craft, be working on your talent, be working on your environment, be working on your network. And what he said was that the more work you do, and I'm going to go back to what Cheryl said. She talked about referrals. One of the greatest things that I ever learned about selling from Jeffrey Gidemer is, if you don't know anyone, you won't know anyone.
Right.
You understand? And what he was saying is, he said, I'd rather live off he said, I'll make more money off referrals than I will ever make off cold calling.
Right.
So anytime you're doing business with someone, make it their obligation to refer someone to you. Right. He was saying, if I've satisfied you enough to where you want to purchase or contract with me, then you owe it to me to bring someone else. And that was always his mindset.
Yeah.
If I provided a service to you, right, and even though you pay for the service or pay for the item, your thank you to me is bringing someone else to the table.
Right.
Yeah.
One person.
Yeah.
And that's what. And so he was basically saying the art of selling is based on referrals. You've got to get referrals, and there's no reason for people not to refer someone to you if they've been satisfied by you.
Right. Cole said, analysis paralysis is a state of most of us have endured, where research, shadow, and observe, and you don't spend time doing what you're studying. A lot of that happens in, when you have a business idea, you want to start this, you want to do this, but you spend so much time researching and spend so little time doing the work and starting to build something up. get in your lane and begin to build. That's always been my mantra. Dwayne.
Right, because he's been in here for a minute and he hadn't said nothing.
Right. He's busy. He's busy.
No, I'm on Bluetooth, and if I take it off of mute, then I'm gonna mess up the volume.
Oh, okay.
So
Got you.
I've been waiting for double.
Oh, that's one right there. See that?
But I did want to point out something you guys was talking about earlier that just it I don't know. For me, it was amazing because the favor ain't fair part. That's been the part of that's been a part of networking since day one. You know, it's always about who you know, and no, not always going to be right, but it's an absolute must have almost. Like, look at President Trump. Do you literally think if President Trump wasn't born in a situation and having ready-made connections the way he did already, that he would be the billionaire man that we know as the president today? That's about networking that he didn't have to do, which is kind of one of the great things about what we've been doing here, because it's about building a legacy. And part of that legacy is, I know that as long as Pastor Brian McCrory is alive and his family is good and kicking, that because of my connection with him, somewhere down the line, my kids or his kids, vice versa, same with any of you guys, are going to benefit from that relationship. That's networking. When you look at, I know preachers who can out-preach most of the mega ministries out there and have just as strong of a word or just as authoritative of a word, but because they don't know anybody, they may never get seen. So it's absolutely, favor is not fair. And that's one of the byproducts of networking is that favor. Jesus is the epitome of all of that. Man, we're supposed to be punished in so many different ways, but because of who you network with, you get the house that you don't deserve. You get the wife you don't deserve. You get the job you don't deserve. You get so much that you're not qualified for because of a networking principle. So absolutely, that you guys was talking about that made me want to jump on.
Oh, he said,
I haven't dropped the bomb all morning.
I think it's that time. I think it's that time.
I mean, Pastor Brian will say something else. I have an opportunity to talk.
Cheryl said, "Yep," and food stays on the table. He said, "I will make more off of referrals than I would off of cold calls." He said, "That's a bar." Ephraim asked the question: is there a place in the church for recruitment and networking for membership growth, or is that immoral? Is there a place in the church for
Yes, there is a place. It's not immoral. There's nothing wrong with wanting to grow your fellowship. Nothing. Right? There's a difference there, but and here's the thing: people need to recognize that there is a difference between growing your attendance and growing the kingdom.
Woo. Yeah. Let that marinate.
And most people are caught up in growing attendance.
I told you about growing the kingdom. I told you he would drop another bomb. I knew it. I told you. It's just a matter of him opening his mouth. Wait. Okay, good.
But to answer your question, Ephraim, absolutely, there is a place where there should be an interest in growing attendance. There should always be an interest in growing attendance. If for nothing else, to keep the lights on.
Exactly.
You know,
if you know,
and I can't. Say it again.
To also answer Ephraim's question, I said to also answer Ephraim's question, all you got to do is look at the Great Commission. That answers your question right there. Because when we do that should be the purpose. That's the reason in doing that. So absolutely.
Yeah. There's a difference between growing your attendance and growing your kingdom. That's true.
Speaking of attendance, bad segue. Tonight at 8:30 is the Sisters of Legacy.
You like that, Cole? I like that. Yeah.
I missed that. What did Cole say?
It's the Brothers of Legacy. Because he hears the background music. Y'all hear it don't hear.
That's good. Keep it back. It's because we don't hear it a lot, which is cool. And then it's good for y'all. All right. If I can find this. All right. I'm struggling today, guys. All right.
I got you back.
Let's see. So let me ask you. So I don't know if Ephraim was kind of asking this. So how do you feel about networking business inside church?
Networking business inside church.
How do you feel about networking business inside the church?
Yes.
I think it depends on how. I really want to make sure I understand the question, because
I mean, okay, so
if you're an entrepreneur,
yes,
if you have a business and you're part of a church fellowship,
yes,
are you not robbing your church family of an opportunity if you have a service that could benefit them and you're right there connected with them? If you see a need, I mean, the whole thing about this walk is meeting the need. Right. So if I have a service that can meet the need for you, why would you not engage with me before going outside? You should feel more confident and comfortable working with your brother or your sister before going out there. Now, if you're not satisfied, I can't be mad if you don't come back to me. Right. But the other part of it is people always want people should have the right, because your family, to encourage, provide constructive criticism. I think the problem that we have in our community when it comes to entrepreneurs in the church and in the fellowship is we want everything for free.
Right. Yep. Boom.
We don't expect to have to pay because you my brother or if you really love me, aren't you? This is what I say to people. I try to give AD money for what he provides as a service to the ministry.
Right.
I have to be reminded, Pastor, this is for the kingdom.
Right.
I say, give a gift in the name of a prophet and receive a prophet's reward.
Right.
That's how I feel. I'm going to pay you for your gift.
Right.
That's just how I feel. Now, you want to be a blessing to the kingdom? That's great. That's awesome. That's wonderful.
Get back.
Don't rob me of my blessing if I see into your life.
Right.
That's right.
We have to understand what we're doing, when we're doing it, how we're doing it. That's the reality. If you're an entrepreneur, by all means, your first stop should be at home.
Right.
That's right.
You understand? Anybody that's out there doing network marketing and all that stuff, what do they tell you? Go to your friends, go to your family.
Right.
That's where you go first.
Right.
If you can't if you can't sell it to me at home, then how you gonna sell it out there in the streets? Practice on me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
We'll help you perfect your business.
Right.
So, yeah, I do. Absolutely. I agree that you should be able to do that. Don't take advantage of your family.
Right.
Don't mark it up for your family.
That's right.
But don't come here asking me for the greatest discount under the sun either.
Right. You're trying now.
Yeah, a workman is worthy of his charge. That's just how I feel.
All right.
The day of $3.99, it should be over. The day of $3.99 should be over. I mean, especially in this game. Go ahead, Dwayne.
No, I was just gonna say I'm glad that Pastor went that route, because I was gonna ask a question when he first started talking, because that's where my mind was going, and I was gonna ask, could you speak on respecting the relationships that you build? Because I think that's one of the biggest problems we have. We have great things in the house, but people in the house don't want to mess with other people in the house, because every time they're looking for a handout. Your homegirl does hair. Hey, let me get this hairdo for $20 when everybody else paying $60. Nobody else asking for $60. So we got to learn to respect those networks and those treasures that we have.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
True.
Hold on. We'll be right back. We're gonna drop some more nuggets on this. Pop time. All right, it's Cole said, go down. Said he's showing out. I had to remove my scarf from my neck. It's so silly to receive all of this. So that right there, though, respecting the network, especially in your church family, respecting your connections. You know, like Pastor said, going both ways, providing great service. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, listen, we're not perfect. We get something wrong. We should provide feedback, and you should be willing to listen at least to the feedback from your church family. It's rough because you think like, yo, I'm top notch, and they say like, hey, let me give you some suggestions. Or when you're selling, like, I get what you're saying, but you kind of came hard, in this aspect or whatever. So I totally agree with that, and then not abusing, either trying to get a discount and or overcharging, for what you're providing, because it's your church family. So
we wanted that cheapest, and then we complain the most about it. If you're launching business, leave room for people to take a little longer to get the service out to you because they haven't perfected it yet.
Right.
That's the thing. We want it the cheapest, and then we complained about the work and all this kind of stuff. Right. And someone's launching a business. Come on, man. Yeah. Give people an opportunity. I tell people all the time, if your brother or your sister launches a restaurant business, mm-hmm. and it takes more than 20 minutes to get your meal, and they just started working, they just launched the business. Right. You can expect it's going to take longer.
Right. Because
you know what I mean? Right. You cannot compare this small business to, the steakhouse, right? Where they've been doing it for I don't know God how long. They have a training process in place. Now the question is, when the food gets to your table, is it good? Right. If the food is good, then you can provide some encouragement. Here's what I think might help you get the food to the table faster. There's so much to that, right? And then if something doesn't work out right, the first thing we want to do is badmouth them in the village. Yeah. Right. Oh man. Don't get that service from Deacon Johnson because Deacon Johnson came and fixed my window and the rain came in. No. How about we work this out with Deacon Johnson? And those are the things that we have to get better at. Right. Yeah, we do. We don't like seeing each other successful. We don't want to pay each other the money. We don't want to service each other, but we'll go break our neck for somebody outside the village.
That's true.
Yeah. We'll pay top dollar outside the village. And I'm saying we'll never get there if we don't struggle together. Right. That's real. Right. That's real.
I mean, it's kind of a simple concept. For me, it's a simple concept. If I got an audio visual guy, a tech guy in my village, why would I go anywhere? Why would I go to Fiverr, right, and pay $40 for a design where I can call it my man right here who does the exact same thing in my village? Right. If I got somebody who's an accountant or a tax person in my village, I'm not going to go to H&R Block. Love them. They do good work, right? But I'm going to go to my – we're going to have to get into that mindset. I had to get to that mindset because I had people in my circle that did certain things, but because I didn't trust them, I guess, I went outside and paid triple for whatever service that I got because I just wanted to go to my village.
But you hit a point, though, Terry. There's another side to this. The other side to this is if this is your business, if this is what you want to get paid for, don't come in here and half do the job.
Right. That's right.
You're gonna charge me $500 and do $150 worth of work.
Right.
Because I'm your brother.
Right. Right.
Don't get mad because I'm expecting a standard. Right. From you. Right. I get it if you haven't perfected it yet, but you say this is what you do for a living.
Right.
So make sure you do it. That's why we want to show up late, right? Because it's our brother or our sister. To do the work. You're supposed to be on site at 10 o'clock. You show up at 12:30 talking about I got stuck in traffic. No, you should have left home earlier. Right. We don't think about the ripple effect and how we do each other. So there's two sides to all of this.
Two sides, definitely.
One thing that I can't stand is, you operate a chicken shop and you can't cook chicken.
Yeah, who does that?
You understand? I don't know how people can mess up chicken. I just don't understand it. My thing is, here's what I've learned. This is what I've learned. And be careful about this. I've gone to I've gone to certain restaurants of a
McDonald's.
I've gone to certain restaurants that aren't exactly American food,
Right.
Yeah.
not soul food, other kinds of foods.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I noticed is that in some restaurants, what they're serving is not what they eat.
Oh,
Right. I know
What-
you're talking about.
who does that?
I've gone into restaurants and I've seen the family sitting down and eating, and I've
Right.
seen the food on the table, and I'm like, that's not on the menu.
Right. Right.
So why are you not eating what you're selling?
Right.
And I don't go back to places like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not getting high off your own
If you don't
supply.
eat your own food,
Right.
I'm not eating your food.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
I've been places where you see the owner get on, he gets a plate together too. Like, okay, you eating the same thing I'm eating, so you're confident in what you're selling. I'm with you on that. Oh, let me read some of these comments to see. Doesn't the Bible command to help your brothers and sisters in need and those who you see in distress? Cole says, seemingly the hardest people to get on board with their plans happen to be the ones closest to you.
Yeah.
That's been my experience. I'm getting an echo. If anybody hears that, or maybe it's
No,
just
that's
me.
the music.
There's an echo.
Oh, there's
All right.
He said, Richard said, because let's see. Cheryl said, Cheryl, be mindful of the experiences as they are. Learning process, systemization. Yes, indeed. Let's see any big comments. And Cole says, not only does Jesus say to bless others, but he says that if we give, that we will be given back to us.
good measure. Pressed down, shaken together, running over.
That's what it.
Let's see. The American version gets sold supply and demand, right? All
Right, Cheryl. Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's see. All right. Terry, rolling up out of here.
Yeah, man.
All right, brother.
Go be prosperous, man.
Oh. You dropping the
Now, but also I believe that, we are victims of our conversation. You have to speak those things into existence, right?
Right.
If you speak struggle, you'll live struggle.
Right.
If you speak with confidence, you'll live in confidence. If you speak prosperity, you'll walk in prosperity.
Right.
It does not come without challenges. The reality is we have to let come out of our mouths the desires of our hearts.
Right.
Which means you have to check your heart. You have to check your heart as it relates to what you're looking to do for your own life. You have to check your heart as it relates to what you want to see in other people around you. Right. Be not deceived. God is not mocked, for whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. We don't think about sowing seeds verbally. We don't think about casting dispersions on our brothers and our sisters and think about reaping and sowing. Right. I love the movie The Color Purple. What you said to me, what you did gonna come right back on you. Right. It's real. You reap what you sow. And the thing is, we see that in all these other areas, but we don't see it with our mouths.
Right.
You got to be killing people with your mouth and wonder why there's no life in you.
Right.
We have to think about that kind of stuff. You're killing other people's businesses with your mouth, wondering why your business can't get off the ground.
Right.
That's true. Right?
And you're speaking fact. Like I'll put it like this: when I first moved to Georgia, I didn't want to get a job because I didn't want to quit a job and then start another job when I found what I was looking for. So what I did was, in the meantime, I said, I'm just gonna make some business cards, get out here, talk to some people, and I'm gonna do some things that I know I can do on the side until I select an area that I can be consistent in. And I do flooring. Like my family's in the construction and I've learned how to do my own floors way back in the day. I've worked for a couple companies part-time doing flooring. So when I moved to Georgia, what I did was I would go online and there was a calculator, square footage plus the type of floor that they wanted to put in. and it would give an estimation, a low side and a high side of the average contractors in the area. So me knowing that I wasn't insured and bonded, I knew that. So I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lowest price and I'm going to chop 25% off of that price.
Right.
Which you're getting a professional job from me. I mean, my house, I've done my own floors, my own blacksmith, my whole kitchen. I redid my entire kitchen. And that was one of my promo videos from when I show people recent work. And there was a person who wanted 2,300 square feet, 2,300 square feet of tile and hardwood put in their house. Now, the cheapest they would get this from a contracted floor installer, I don't know what the name of them are, within 25 miles radius was $2,500. So I said, I'll charge you $2,000. Now, in my mind, I'm like, that's a whole lot of house. But I'm trying to get my business off the ground. You know, this lady had the nerve to say, oh, you too expensive. Wow. Mind you, she'd been to my house. And she was like, oh, my God. She was like, you did this?
Wow.
And I was like, yes, ma'am. And I was like, I just wanted you to see it. Because we looked alike. She said that I was charging too much. I was like, well, ma'am, here are the numbers. I even print them out. I was like, here's an average of what you're going to be charged. I was like, because I don't have insurance and I'm not bonded, I was like, I'm cutting 25% out of the price of the lowest bidder that you would find.
Right.
And because I was a black man and she was a black woman and she was looking for the homie hook me up, I couldn't get it. Look, there was 3 people that I had lined up who she had referred me out to because of price and quality.
Wow.
But because she couldn't get it, she went back and told them, oh, you don't want to work with him.
Oh, wow.
So here's the reality. The reality is it's not that you were too expensive.
Right.
The problem with her is that she couldn't afford what she was asking for.
Right.
That's the issue. And that's one of the major mistakes that we overlook, that we don't think about. Right. When someone says you're too expensive, what they're really saying is, I really can't afford what I'm trying to do.
Right.
And then it's all about, is there a way to get the business done that works into their budget? Because you not being able to afford it doesn't mean I'm expensive.
Right.
Those are 2 different things.
Yeah.
And we spend our time trying to justify, where our price is coming from. You don't owe that person an explanation. You know the cost of doing your business. When you know the cost of doing your business, there is no haggling.
Right.
Either you have a client or you don't. And we spend all of our energy haggling, going back and forth. And the reality is, you just can't afford what you're asking to do because I know what it costs me to do this.
Right.
That's it.
Cole said, but that same lady would probably say 25 or 3,000 at Lowe's would tell her it would be just fine with her. People are tripped. She wouldn't have wanted anyone to treat her that way. Right. Wait, no, she didn't. That's right. Listen and learn. She said, amen. And Cheryl says, you're about to make me throw the phone. But that's true, Pastor. Sometimes it's like, the truth is like, man, I still can't afford it. Because sometimes, you go to Lowe's and then like, they tell you the price, like, oh, that's a lot. Like, let me see if I can find somebody around the way that can give me a better price. And she came to you, you do great work. But like you said, you knock some of those price because you don't have all the Lowe's level credentials. Like, let me hook you up a little bit. But, I still I gotta do the material. And this is the cost. Like, if I want to come out with a profit.
I learned 30 years ago that I cannot afford to wash my car.
Right.
I learned 30 years ago that I cannot afford to wash my car.
Right.
Because when I wash my car, it takes me over an hour.
Right.
I can pay someone $30 or $40 to wash my car and they can get it done in 25 minutes. It won't be as clean as I would do it if I was, but it would be presentable for me. It's clean enough for me. The problem is if I spend an hour and a half or 2 hours washing my car, dude, I make $100 an hour at a minimum. That means I'm losing money if I wash my own car. Right. And we have to start thinking like that. You know, I'm going to pay someone a service to do. Me and my daughters just had this conversation. My daughters, we had somebody come in and clean the house, do a deep cleaning of the house.
Right.
And my daughter Brienne said, Daddy, I didn't see a major difference in my room when they cleaned. Why did we pay them all that money to come in and clean? And I didn't see a major difference in my room. I said, well, baby, because you don't know what she was cleaning in your room.
Right.
You think that because your bed is made, because your floor is vacuumed, because you don't have trash on the floor, that there was not much to do.
Right.
I say, but when is the last time you cleaned your baseboards?
Right.
I said, when is the last time you got down there? I was giving them a lesson. When is the last time you got down there behind your toilet or on the base? And when is the last time you messed with the grout in your bathroom?
Right.
Did you do anything like that? I said, you want to know where the smells come from? The smell doesn't come from inside the toilet when you drop your stuff in there. It comes from around the toilet when you have spills and splashes and all those types of things. And you can wipe stuff down, but you're not cleaning stuff out.
Right.
And I was trying, and I took him to the kitchen. I'm like, you know, when I ask you guys to clean the kitchen, you know, you wash the dishes and you wipe down the counter, but you wipe around the kitchen appliances.
Right.
You don't move them out of the corner and wipe them down.
Right.
You know, I gave them a lesson in sweeping the floor, how to effectively sweep the floor. I'm like, if you actually sweep the floor like I want you to, you'll be in here for an hour trying to sweep the floor. Right. And so I said, you bring people in here because mommy and I don't have time to get down here and do all this stuff because we can't afford ourselves. It takes too long. So we'll bring somebody in and pay them. You're talking about what we're paying, but you don't realize they're doing things that we're not doing.
Right.
And because we don't do it, I'm willing to pay somebody to come in here and do it. Right. And it was a great lesson for. So don't complain about paying somebody to do something that you won't do.
True.
Right. And I asked my daughter, I said, if I asked you to come into me and mommy's bathroom and clean behind our toilet, how much would you charge me? She said, you couldn't pay me enough. Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Right. Could you go in and clean a public restroom? Nope. You got to get somebody to come in there and do that. You'll clean your toilet.
Right.
And here's the other thing. Just because you can bake grandma's cake better than anybody else in the family doesn't make you a baker.
Whew.
Quit launching businesses because somebody said you did it well. If it's not something that you're going to do and you can make it repeatable and you can perfect the process, don't go into business. I met a man a long time ago. I met a man about 20 years ago. He said, I went to his house and I saw how his house was, man, it was laid out. He had added onto his house. He had redone his basement. He had done all this great contracting work.
Right.
I'm like, man, is this what you do for a living? He goes, nah, man, I tried to. I got out of the business. I'm like, why? He goes, because I won't take the time to make everybody's house look like mine.
Wow. Yeah,
I was passionate about it when I did my house. I'm not as passionate when I'm working on somebody else's stuff. Just because you do it well at home doesn't mean you're going to go out there and make it a repeatable business. You're selling people short. If you're not going to put the same passion into doing it out there, then that's not your business.
Right. Yeah, I had a guy that worked on, like, he works on his cars and stuff. I was like, oh, snap, you do cars? He was like, no, he said, I work on my cars.
Yeah.
he said, I trust myself driving the cars I work on. He said, I don't have the same confidence working on somebody else's car. I was like, I get you. Let's see. Boom. Get some of these.
Brothers Legacy is giving y'all, mostly Pastor McCrory, but Brothers of Legacy is dropping like stuff that they charge y'all like $75 an hour to talk about.
Yes, indeed. Right.
$3.99.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Save your energy.
Oh. Chris said, sorry, I'm late, had an earthquake. I wasn't sure if he was serious because he said, yes, I sneezed louder than this. I thought it was real.
Glad you're good, man.
Right. How someone gonna admire somebody's work and turn around and hate on your business. Let's see, deteriorated residue. Says right. Let me get someone who loves to do that kind of work. You're right.
Yeah.
And you're right. That time matters. Say it again. Drop the mic, Pastor. Oh, he said, I've cleaned public restrooms for a living. I can tell you that I don't ever want to do a janitorial service. Right. Like I do it for a job, but not as a business. Wow, small 4.0 just south of us. Okay. Right. There's a stand ovation. Fire. All right. So now that we dropped all these nuggets, we appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging with us. And thank you for always showing up and being here in the audience and contributing with your comments. I'm gonna need some of y'all that I see are in the room. I get the same group of folk that I appreciate commenting. You people in the back, y'all can come up to the front and say something sometime. Just be like, hey, what's up? Give us a name, where you from. And if it's your first time here, thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure you follow, so you can see all this great content that we have throughout the week, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. until we get done. So I appreciate you. Let's see. Sure can. So Dwayne, what you want to share with us?
And for those of you that are doing your own thing and you're just starting and it seems like nobody's supporting you, let me give you my advice to you. Don't start selling yourself short. Right. If you sell yourself short, you'll never get anything you want. You'll never maintain or obtain any of those goals that you set out for. When I first wrote my book, I got discouraged because for whatever reason I couldn't. Maybe my marketing scheme is horrible, but nobody was buying the book. So I was like trying to give the book away in some instances. And then I got told by a very wise person who had already went through the process and wrote a couple books, if you give your stuff away, nobody's going to respect it anyway. They told me, that was like, what do you do with all the free stuff that you get? It goes in a closet, a box, trash eventually. They was like, you know what it took to write whatever you did. You knew the time, the energy that you spent on it. They was like, know your worth and don't settle for anything less than your worth. So my encouragement, if you're writing a book, if you're writing music, whatever it is you do, don't sell yourself short, because once you sell yourself short, everybody else will as well.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Equalizers. What's up, brother? First time seeing you in here. Glad your brother still push and encourages me. Awesome. I'm glad we do so. That's our goal, to encourage and push you into spaces that, this is one of the lighter conversations. We usually have some uncomfortable conversations as well, as we dig into a lot of different topics. But yeah, it definitely takes Dwayne's advice. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. As we talked about earlier, get out of that analysis paralysis, over analyzing and not doing anything. You got to get moving. But at the same time, Pastor dropped a nugget. What your gift inside your home may not be a gift that can turn into a business. You just might be just good at it at home. Like I would never get into cooking because my cooking is like basic. Basic. So I went, I cook for my fam because they gotta eat it. But and they got, we gotta eat. But anybody else is like, I pass that to the wife because she's more on another level with hers. But so know your lane. Know your lane. Don't overthink it, and make it happen. He said, met Dwayne long time ago here on Scope. All right, awesome. I appreciate you being here.
All right, that's a good young man, and the brother got a voice too.
Hey,
Pastor, he one of those people that you can speak into him and you can see results.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir. That's good.
Awesome.
That's good. We look forward to seeing you some more on here, brother.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, feel free to speak up on anything we're talking about and hanging with us, man. We love the input. We love the questions. We love the comments. Hey, and even if you say something, challenge us on it, because, we'll go back and forth and we'll have a discussion about it, because, we ain't right about everything, but we're right about most things. No. I had to throw that in there. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys in the AM. Wrong one. I didn't want to catch that. Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody?